We're here with Indiana State football coach Mike Sanford. We're 2 days away from the FCS playoffs down at Chattanooga. Mike, first of all, talk about the kind of the tenor of practice this week, and obviously I'm sure everybody's focused. We'd hate if they weren't, but what's kind of been the way the practices have gone this week, and how pleased are you with the progress that's been made?
Well, I think the whole week the energy's been really good, and the attitude's been really good. Today was a little difficult. I'm talking on Thursday because of the snow and the slush out on the field. We couldn't go full speed. We didn't have the kind of practice I'd normally like to have on a Thursday because of the slush and the snow out on the field. We tried to get it cleared, but it still was a little bit unsafe. And it wasn't ideal, but I thought that mentally I thought we were really good. I thought our attitude was really good, and I feel like we had a good week.
When you look at Chattanooga, the thing that struck me is how, and it's important to every game, but maybe even more so in this game, how important moving the sticks or not moving the sticks are. They're really good on in certain down and distance situations. They're good offensively on third down. They're good defensively on third down. Same thing on first down. And they also don't commit many self-inflicted mistakes. They rarely get penalties. They don't turn the ball over. Just talk about this team that you're facing, and maybe what some of what they rely on, and what some of the things you need to do to keep them under wraps.
Well, first of all, they are offensively. They have a great quarterback. Huseman, I think is how you pronounce it. He's the coach's son, and he's an outstanding quarterback. I would compare him to Jordan Lynch, the quarterback from Northern Illinois 2 or 3 years ago that was a Heisman Trophy finalist. Very similar to him, big, strong, athletic, runs well. They do a lot of quarterback runs with him, and he's a good passer. He's a play-action passer, really good. He's a good combination run-pass quarterback, and big and strong, like 6'2", 220, physical, type guy. And he's kind of the guy that makes their whole thing go. And so we're going to have to, keep him under control. That's, defensively, that's our thing. On their defense against our offense, they're a very sound defense. They're very well coached. They have 2 outstanding defensive ends, and we can't allow them to take over the game. Those 2 guys are outstanding players. Special teams are very good. Overall, like you said, they're just a very solid team. Don't make a whole lot of mistakes, and the thing is, we can't make mistakes, and we've got to tackle well on defense and in special teams, and we've got to be able to convert third downs in this game.
Obviously, getting off to a good start would be optimal too. I mean, last week at Eastern Kentucky, that didn't happen. You were able to recover from it, but I would imagine, obviously that's something that you want to happen this weekend because, obviously you're further along in the playoffs, and these teams aren't going to let you necessarily get back into the game if you let them get ahead. Just talk about the importance of a quick start. I know you like to have that on the road.
Absolutely, and I think that's huge. It's always important to start fast, and especially when we're on the road at their place. We've got to start fast.
One thing I wanted to talk to you about is the difference between preparing for a bowl, which you've done before, and preparing for playoffs. How different is it, and how much do you what kind of comparison would you make between the 2 postseason formats? How different is this?
Well, I think there's different. In a bowl week, you have different kinds of, or a bowl preparation, it's usually 3 weeks or a month. You have different kinds of days, and you usually take a break before the bowl. You also have some times where you're in class and sometimes where nobody's in class and you are, just preparing for the game. So it was interesting, the game last week against Eastern Kentucky, it was fall break. So it was very much like a bowl situation where classes were in session. So we handled it a lot like that. We went with a little different schedule because of that. This week, we're back at school, so we've gone back to our school schedule, and but still preparing for a playoff game. So, it's each week is different, and you've got to treat it as it comes, and right now I can't even think about any week after this because all we got to do is win this one.
Yeah, bowl is a big build up to one big game. This has been more like a regular season format, like you said, but it's also Survive and Advance. Do you have a preference which one you like better?
I love this. This is this is fun. I really like this. I love the FCS playoffs, and I mean obviously I've been involved in bowls and enjoyed that too. But this is I really like this. It's a do or die situation. There's a sense of urgency every week. And you either win or you're done.
Yeah. There's some travel challenges with this, as there usually is. This time of year, you guys have to bus down to Chattanooga. You're 8 miles off the threshold, which is unfortunate to fly. And it's my understanding you're practicing on the way tomorrow. Kind of talk about that a little bit. And, it's just one more thing to overcome, and it's, other teams are probably dealing with it. But, just talk about the challenges that those things present.
Well, for us, it is a challenge. It's a 7-hour bus trip. We're going to break it up. We're going to stop and have a walkthrough and what we call our special teams call out on the road on the way down at a high school in Kentucky, and then we're going to stop again at a truck stop, kind of at the 2/3 point of this trip. That's all a challenge, but at the same time, we like that. I don't know. Maybe we're gluttons for punishment or whatever, but we just kind of like it. Our guys, accept it, and we've got to overcome, and it's us against the world on the road.
Injury-wise, what's the status on that for Saturday's game?
I would say we're in pretty good shape as far as injuries. I think we've got a couple guys that are a little bit beat up, that have some minor things, but as you always would during the season like this. But I think we're in pretty good shape.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike. I appreciate it.